Hey, what's good? It's Marty here. Just recently, Ange and I released our Unlock Your Squat e-course where we help you to reclaiming this deep resting squat. We all had access to this resting squat position from when we were younger, but obviously through the evolution of chairs and comfort, it is not necessary for us anymore to be in this position unless we're doing active things that need this position. So please check out that e-course. I'll put the link in the description below to give you a little bit more details about what we do, what we run through. We've got like a workshop there and we run through a range of classes that help you regain and be strong in this position. But for today's video, I also wanted to show you some seated positions and a movement sequence at the end that you can implement in your everyday life to give you more hip mobility than you already have, and it's actually quite simple to do and it doesn't require too much effort at all other than not sitting on a chair or on the couch. So come along and follow me. If you find seated on a chair quite uncomfortable, do grab yourself a pillow. You can use a stack of books or some yoga blocks if you have them. So go grab them now and let's go through these seated positions. First one, we will start with the bear sit position here. So knees bent, bring your thighs as close as you can underneath your armpits, standing up straight. Like I said, if this is uncomfortable for you, grab a pillow and sit on top of it to elevate your hips. This will make it much easier for you. Take a big, deep inhale in each position and swing side to side. Find some movements in this position. Make it comfortable for you. So your greatest, safest range. You'll find that if you sit in these positions too long, if you're not used to it, you can't stay here and it's tense, your hips will tense up or whatever, forcing you to move to another position. That's just natural. So let's go over to the next position. Leaning over to the right side, I got my right leg down, left leg out to the side. So this here is the 90-90 position because we're at 90, pretty much 90 degrees in our legs. If you find this position a little bit too much, cramp it a bit, let's bend both knees a little bit more. So this is more the Z-sit position. So similar positions, just a little bit more simpler because the range is small. So find a position that feels good for you to be able to maybe swing side to side, hinge forward and back. Let's find some movement in these seated positions. The purpose is to make it comfortable for us. We're naturally doing a movement sequence here, even just in these seated positions. Hinging forward and back if you can. Rotating left to right. Once you're done in this position, we switch over to the other side. Very important to do both sides. So here we are, left leg in front, right leg out to the side. Same thing, hinging forward. Nothing too fancy here. Just find a position that feels good to you. Remember, we're not pushing through any pain in this position. Let's go back to the right side, exploring a little bit more. We kick that left leg straight. Get a nice hip stretch here. Same thing. Hinge forward if you like. Twist left to right. Moving with care and moving within your own range, not forcing anything. Let's go back to the left side. Whatever feels good. We've all got different ranges of mobility here and different body types, so focus in the best position that you can find. From here, let's go. Bend the right leg. I'm going to hug it towards my chest and my left leg out straight. If this is a little bit uncomfortable, you can bend that left leg slightly and elevate your hips by sitting on a block or a pillow. Same thing, finding some movement. Rotating left to right, not forcing anything here. Going over to the other side, right leg straight, left leg bends. And if this position is uncomfortable, you can bring that knee down to make it much easier for you. Whatever works for you. I'm going to straighten out the left leg now. Both legs are straight in the straddle position here. If this is too much, you find yourself leaning too far back, or this is your range, all good. Make it work. We bend our knees. We elevate our hips. And finding some movement, we can hinge forward without forcing anything. Leaning left to right. And have your hands down the whole time as well. This will really help to give you a little bit more stability. Not forcing anything. Bring our legs back to the middle and find ourselves in a kneeling position. So make sure you got either a carpet, something soft for your knees to sit on, even your pillow if that helps. Just make it easy. So I know some people, for those of you who have any knee pain or knee injuries or whatever, please take care in this position. You can use a pillow, sit it onto your calves, and make this position, and this will make this position a little bit more bearable. So remember, at your greatest, safest range, not pushing through any pain. So make the necessary adjustments. We're sitting on our heels with our toes tucked. Same thing here. We're finding movement in each position. Not forcing anything, but simply just some small movements, making it comfortable. Leaning forward, we point the toes, and seated on the toes. Seated on the heels with the toes pointed. All right, this is practically a movement sequence right here. Let's go through it all again. It's a good warm-up or a good wake-up sequence if you like. As soon as you get out of bed, let's find the floor. Come join me from here. Bear sit position, back up straight, hinging forward. And back. Twisting left to the right, then to the left. Let's kick our legs out into a straddle. You can have your knees bent slightly. We're changing the position slightly here. We hinge forward. We come up. Rotate to the right. And to the left. Remember to breathe. Let's lean over to the right side, bending both knees, finding our 90-90 position here. Hinging forward, coming back, rotate, inside and out. See if you can keep your back upright. We go over to the left side. Hinging forward, rotating one side and then the other side. And straighten out that right leg. Same thing, we hinge forward. Whatever rotation you have, go find it. Not forcing anything. Let's go back to the right side with that left leg straight, or as straight as you can. Hinging forward, rotating left to right. Remember, whatever works for you, even if it's just over here a little bit further, doesn't matter. Left leg out straight, right knee bent, hinging forward. Rotating left and to the right. And some movement in our spine and in our hips. Over to the other side. Make the position comfortable for you. We have a hinge forward and a rotation left to right. Feet back into the middle, finding our kneeling position. Seated. Toes tucked. Leaning back. Walking forward, taking the pressure off your heels, off your toes. Rotate to the left, rotate to the right, and pointing the toes, same thing, leaning back if you can. See how far you can go. If you can go all the way back, go ahead. Otherwise, you pick a position that you can comfortably get in and out of. Doesn't have to be exactly the same as me. Showing you the possibilities. All right. Those are just some of the positions that we like to explore in our on the floor. Those positions will really help once you start to implement them into your everyday life. Just seated on the floor, it can make a big difference on your hips. Not kidding, this is actual footage. I put a camera and put on a time lapse of Ange and I doing our online work. This is how we work every day. So please leave us a comment, let us know how you went, and I would love to hear from you guys. I look forward to guiding you into the next video. See you later.